Time for a bathroom movie review and action! So we got another Karate Kid movie, the 6th Karate Kid movie to be exact. At this point, the Karate Kid franchise is the next MCU. I mean, they're building a whole universe. You got 6 films and Cobra Kai. And heck, I thought Jaden Smiths Karate Kid movie was a reboot. But no. They are pulling the MCU card and making it all canon. You know, like Spider-Man No Way Home made all the old Spider-Man movies canon. And the upcoming Avengers movie is doing the same with the older X-Men. Well, yeah, Karate Kid did that and I am totally cool with it. So the first 10 to 15 minutes of the movie, well, you've seen it every time you've watched a new Karate Kid film. The mom of the protagonist takes a job in another town, well, this case, another continent. And our Karate Kid, or I should say Kung Fu Kid, Lee has to fit into a new school in New York City and learn how to make new friends, which he does really fast when we meet the main girl of the movie. Her father owns a pizza shop right around the corner from where Lee lives. And you know, because a Karate Kid is not complete without their babe, especially a babe with a baddie ex-boyfriend. Sound familiar? Yeah, we got the new generation of Johnny Lawrence, who's a karate champion named Connor. And this dude is just the worst. There's not even really a build-up to him being bad. He's not relatable at all. He just straight up sucks. But he is good at karate though. Though shortly after this is where they mix up the story a little bit. Instead of some newbie having to learn martial arts with 0 experience, we get our main man Lee becoming the teacher. And he is teaching his girlfriend's crush interest dad Victor, the owner of the pizza shop. Victor owes money to a bad dude named O'Shea, who's conveniently a teacher at the school where Johnny Lawrence, Connor goes. Sound familiar? So apparently Victor used to be a really good boxer and he's hoping to win back the money he owes O'Shea and to save his pizza shop by winning a boxing match. And hey, when we mix in karate with boxing, woo, we get a karate boxer? Unstoppable. Honestly though, this first half of the movie was a change that I really appreciated. Seeing Lee overcome some past trauma by now becoming the trainer instead of the trainee, I think that's pretty cool. And trust me, he does have trauma. Some pretty bad stuff happened to him before the start of the film. But guys, of course, this is a Karate Kid movie, so we cannot have boxer Victor being the star. Yes, Lee needs to take the starring role of the movie and become the Kung Fu Kid. Well, he already knows Kung Fu, so become the Karate Kid. Then again, he has to learn both. He must become the Kangate Kid, the Carfu Kid. Hey, that's pretty cool, right? I am the Carfu Kid! Woo! Anyways, up to this point, it felt like the trailer was baiting all of us. I mean, you see Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio a lot in the trailer, and we're halfway through the movie and we've seen Jackie Chan maybe twice, because he's in another continent still. Well, Lee needs to enter a tournament called the 5 Boroughs. His plan is to win $50,000, give it to Victor, to get O'Shea and the karate thugs off his back, and save his pizza shop. I also liked this change where the main character is not only fighting for their own growth, overcoming their own trauma, and learning karate, but he's doing it for someone else. He's doing it to help Victor and pizza. Oh, and he likes a girl. And this is where the trailer comes true. This is where Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio enter the film, also known as Mr. Han and Danny. Together, they're gonna teach our boy Lee how to balance Kung Fu and Karate through a lot of montages, and they will do it in a week, because that's when the tournament is. And we've only got 40 minutes of runtime left, so that's just what it is. Yes, that iconic line from the trailer, 2 branches, 1 tree, comes into play. But just to be honest, that tree they show has like 6 or 7 branches. So what, are we gonna get jujitsu eventually? Taekwondo? Mixed martial arts? Krav Maga? Muay Thai? Alright, if you detest spoilers, I would stop watching now. I'm just cutting free. So here's what I liked about the film. Lee was a stud in this main role. Not only were his Carfu skills great, but he is also a stud with Pizza Girl, Mia. He was also a stud with Mia. He literally drops the Riz. Can't believe I just said that. That's what the young people say, I guess. Mia says something like, "What? Are you saying I'm your girlfriend to strangers now?" To which Lee responds, "I'm way harder to get than that." And then when Mia agrees to hang out with him later that week, he goes, "It's a date." To which Mia says, "No, it's not a date. Stop it." What a man. Our villain Connor was pretty one-dimensional, but that made it feel familiar because most of the villains have been one-dimensional. So I like that, and it allowed him to just be super brutal, just because he's bad. I mean, I'm sure he has a past, we just don't see that here. We don't always need a relatable villain. I want someone that I want to punch too. Oh, and Victor, aka Mia's dad, was hilarious. Just a fun guy. And then we got Alan. Lee's mom has Alan set up to be Lee's math tutor. And this dude is like the ultimate wingman. Literally, multiple times throughout the film, he's there helping Lee get the girl. We all need an Alan in our lives. And of course, Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio. That was pretty cool to have them both in this film. But I just wanted more with them, which leads us to what I did not like. I know I mentioned I like the fighting in this film, and that is true, but there's a few scenes where multiple guys are attacking one or two characters, and I guess the cameraman just had a seizure or something. I know, no seizures. It's called shaky cam. But why? I mean, I get it's a technique, but why so much? There's a few parts you see and the choreography is really good, and then just blah, blah, and quick scenes. It could have been better. Also, the trailer got me super excited for a scene with Mr. Han and Danny, Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio, being attacked by a lot of guys. It looked like a street fight or something. But in the actual movie, it lasts like 20 seconds, and they're shaky cam, and they're just trying to keep guys off of Lee, which it could have been really cool, but way too quick. And yeah, I mean, I get Jackie Chan's 70, maybe that's why. But apparently not, because later in the film, he throws Lee on his back and does a bunch of fights with him like multiple times. So obviously he can handle it. Is it Ralph? The guy's like 62, by the way. He looks like he's 40. What are you drinking, Ralph? What's in the water, huh? What kind of drugs you on, man? Also, Lee learning karate. I mean, kangate. Karfu. It was good, but not super impactful with him learning karate. I mean, yeah, they had a montage of him learning, but no wax on, wax off type stuff. No jacket on, jacket off. Maybe because he already has a foundation of Kung Fu, he didn't need all that. But I feel like we never really saw him learn karate. We just kind of saw a bunch of scenes and then he just got better. But then again, I don't really know Kung Fu versus karate, so I couldn't really tell what was what. So maybe that's a me problem. Last, we did not get to see much of the villain O'Shea. You know, Connor's sensei, the dirtbag. We do see him some, but he never fights or anything. You know, I wanted like the first Karate Kid, you know, give him a temper, have him attack at one point and Jackie Chan or Ralph Macchio or both throw down. Yeah, I'm a hypocrite. I like them to be different, but I want some things the same. Sue me. All right, guys and girls, here are some what the heck moments from this film. You know, moments that just make you go, what the heck? Who out there has had bullies in their life like Connor? I mean, we've all had bullies. I mean, they exist, but I feel like bullying is usually more complicated than this. He literally walks up on a train, touches Mia's chin and says, "Hey, beautiful." She smacks his hand away, and then a moment later, he just punches Lee in the face just because he's walking past him. And earlier in the film, he kicks a student in the face that he's sparring with because he's mad. And yeah, they were sparring, but he wasn't supposed to kick him in the face because I think they were done or on a break. What the heck, Connor? You're a tool. When they moved to New York City, Lee's mom sees he has a black eye from when Connor punched him in the face. She says, "Lee, we had one rule, no fighting." And you'd think Lee would respond with, "Oh, Mom, I'm a good boy. I didn't fight. You know, he just punched me." But instead, Lee's brain tells him to say, "I didn't have a choice, Mom." Okay, Lee, but you weren't fighting. Could you just communicate that? Why do movies always do that? Then, literally the next scene at school, he does choose to fight Connor, gets his butt kicked, and I feel like those scenes could have been swapped, but whatever. Then a little later in the film, when Victor asks Lee to train him, he says, "No, I made a promise that I wouldn't fight anymore." Bro, you just got in a fight, and he's just asking you to train him to fight. What the heck, Lee? Get your priorities straight. Help a guy out. Which he does. Oh, and Mr. Han and Danny, later in the film, when they're training Lee, keep arguing about which moves are best. And I am not exaggerating, I swear, they take Lee down like 12 times. And Lee's just taking it like a rag doll. Jackie Chan slams him down, Danny goes in for a punch, then flips him around on his back. Doesn't this guy have a fight in 2 days? Wouldn't you be concerned about messing him up? But Lee can take it. What the heck, senseis? Oh, and in the tournament, Connor is apparently on some super soldier serum because he throws his opponent up in the air and then kicks him out of the air. Pretty impressive for someone on some drugs. Got some super soldier serum in there, Connor? Yeah? I see right through you. Not really, I don't have x-ray vision. Here are some fun facts about this movie. Ben Wang, who plays Lee in this film, was known for his martial arts skills, was cast over 10,000 auditions. Yes, the director, whoever, sat there for 10,000 different people. I don't actually believe the director sat there that long. Probably had people do it. But good job, Lee. I mean, Ben. The original release date of this film was pushed back 5 months to accommodate for the release of the Cobra Kai series finale, ensuring a seamless connection between the TV show and the film. And the film is set 3 years after Cobra Kai. Ralph Macchio, who plays Daniel LaRusso, is 63 when this film was released. 12 years older than Pat Morita, who played Mr. Miyagi in the original film when the first one came out. Good for you, Ralph. no need to age. Oh, and the legendary crane kick from the original Karate Kid is featured in this film. Ralph Macchio pushed for a line in this movie about passing on the legacy of Mr. Miyagi, emphasizing the importance of his mentorship. And then last but not least, Goku arrives in the after credit to train Lee for the next installment in this franchise. Ha! Ha! I wish. Kamehameha! Kung Fu style. Overall, it was a pretty fun movie. In some areas, I expected more, but in other areas, I was pleasantly surprised. That being said, I'm going to give this film a 7 out of 10. It's definitely not flushable, also not the best movie of the year, but a fun watch. I'd say you can wait to see it at home or see it in the theater if you want. Neither's a bad choice. And remember, if you like bathrooms and you like movies, click below for more of both.